Well, I think I have everything organized. I think. We all know. Who knows, right? Hello, everyone. This is Nancy Burt-Preece, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you don't have any demonstrator, I'd love to be yours. Here's my contact information. So I am doing a technique. I saw Joanne Pollock did this part, but then the rest of the card is kind of mine. And she did it with paper a couple of years ago. But I just thought I really liked using all different kinds of strips. And when I was cutting the Sunset Coast paper, I told you I'd do a strip card. So here it is. I don't have the inside yet. I'll probably put either happy graduation or, happy anniversary, whatever. This is from the Sunset Coast bundle, the dies and the beautiful stamp set. So let me show you how to make it. It is not hard. I'm going to use Secret C, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I have an outside white of 4 by 5 1/4. I have a scrap of Secret C, which I'll use for this right here. It's 2 inches wide by, I don't know, about 6. I already cut the boat out of Secret C. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make it look like that. And I'm going to move this to the side. I started doing this just so you wouldn't have to watch me do all of it, because that would be probably boring. So what I did is I have all different strips left over from my crafting. I did not cut anything new. This is all strips left over. And you notice they're going every which way. It's all from the Sunset Coast, so all the paper does really go together. Make sure you're using a silicone mat, because that way you know that your paper will not stick to the mat. And when you're all done, all you have to do is just kind of take your finger and just get the glue off, and it doesn't stick. I love these. So I would let it dry first, but that just gives you an idea. That's not going to be a big deal. I'm kind of trying to get a sense. Do I have enough for it to go across? I might put one more on for good measure. I don't have to, probably. You notice that I started them on a diagonal. I think that's an important point, to start on a diagonal. And I'm using all different sizes. I might do this one again. Or maybe that side. I didn't do that side. And all I'm doing is putting a little bit of glue on there and putting it on a diagonal. And as you can see, I'm using all different sizes. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Oops. Because if you don't, it's glue. It will come up. And I'm going to move that over. I'm going to take the rest of my scraps and put them back in my scrap pile, because I might use it again. Because I like this technique. I think it's a really neat card. Now, I went ahead and cut this out. You can see that it gives you the image of a boat. Could I have done that? I could have cut it as a square. I could have. But I really liked the image of the boat. So here's what I did, freehanding. After I cut it out, I just kind of went in a circle down here. It's not perfect, and I'm okay with that. I just came around. You notice I'm moving the paper, not my scissors. My scissors keep oriented the same way. I can come back and trim that off. Just going to get this out of here so I can do a little more trimming. And I just came around and rounded it. That's all I did. Because I thought I could just have the boat without some waves, but it didn't look right to me. I just felt like I needed, oops, let me keep getting that little tiny piece. I needed just a little bit. So I'm going to move that to the side. So I have my boat image ready to go. Now I'm going to pick this up and turn it over. And I'm going to just cut off all the back. Isn't that great? It's so easy. It really is. It's just, now I might keep some of those bigger scraps to use on another card. I love making cards with scraps. I just think it's fun. There's all different cards you can make during doing scraps. I don't think I have ever done this one before. So that's why I wanted to try. I don't even know what you call this. I haven't also done the Bargello technique, which I'm going to have to try soon. Now, I'm going to move those to the side. If they're big, I'll come back and look at them. And I'm going to... Oh, I'll show you how you can easily get off that adhesive. Look, you just kind of wipe it off. Some people try to use a wet rag. You don't need to. Let it dry and just scrape it off. So now I'm going to set this here. And I'm going to get a feel. Can go either way. There is no wrong or right. This will be fine. I'll have plenty of room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just adhere it with this. I might regret that, but I'm going to just use my seal. And I'm going to put it right to the edge. I thought I cut that 2 inches. I might not have. Let me go back again now that I've got that on there. It should really be 2 inches. That is a good measurement because the paper itself was 1 3/4. And that gives us, and I can always turn it that way, gives us a nice edge. And this one can go all the way. It doesn't make a difference on the edges. It's this part you want to look nice. Okay. So then that will be perfect, and I'll trim that off in a minute. The first thing I'm going to do is get my Secret C ink pad. And I just thought with a boat, it's really fun. The adventure continues. So I'll get a sense on where I want this. Kind of put it there, I think. Could you do this on a diagonal? You really could. I didn't, but you could. I love that font. I just think it's really pretty. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try this again. See if I can just use my seal. It's a little less sticky. And I'm going to put it where I want it. Oh, I like some of that blue in there, so I get to decide which part of the paper I like. And then I'm going to come back again. This is a little thicker now, so it's a little bit harder to cut. Could you cut it with your machine? Yeah, you could. I just find that it's easier. It's a lot of layers to go through with your cutting, but it's okay. That's how I do it anyway. All right, I'm going to now adhere this to the front. Okay. The next thing, I didn't pop this up because it has so many little parts to it. Now, let me show you. I didn't do it the first time, but I'm going to do it correctly the second time. Another technique with glue. Put your glue over there. And I have a sponge. It's an old sponge. And I'm going to just put the glue on it, and that way it doesn't get all over the place. Once again, that will dry. And the final part I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of these gorgeous sequins. I'm going to put a lighter one there. Aren't those easy, fun cards to use with all different sizes of paper scraps? I hope you give that a try and have a wonderful day.